Alright you guys, so I decided to sit down and film this video because I'm so bored and I just want to talk about my foundations, concealers, and setting powders. And I don't have too much, but right now I have on this Pure Baradol foundation. It is currently my favorite. It is kind of thick, so you don't have to use a lot. It's kind of like a concealer. Like the consistency of it reminds me of like a concealer, but it says it's 12-hour 4-in-1 skin perfecting foundation, and this is in the shade medium dark. They don't have a large shade range, but I do really like this. And I've been contouring and kind of bringing back dimension into my face with this e.l.f. foundation palette in medium dark. This is what it looks like. It is so creamy and I do recommend this. Yeah. So those two are the ones that I have on right now, and this makeup is kind of old. I've had this on since this morning, so I do look kind of greasy. So I have this True Match L'Oreal foundation in the shade N7 Classic Tan, and then I have the True Match Lumi in N7-8 Classic Tan. I like that their foundation shades do translate with the different lines, so you don't really have to guess what your shade is. Once you figure it out, you can kind of use that as a reference for the other lines that they have. I also have this Jordana 2-in-1 complete cover foundation, and this is in the shade Golden Olive. I love this concealer and foundation. I mostly use it as a concealer though, but it is the perfect shade for me to cancel out any discoloration and redness. This works really, really well. Next I have this Black Opal Heavenly Honey stick foundation. This is the only stick foundation that I have, and I really like it. It blends really, really well, and it's so easy to apply. The only thing I will say about it is that it tends to break me out when I wear this a little bit. I think this is definitely what causes it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But it seems like for some reason every time I wear this, I kind of get a small breakout. But in general, when I wear makeup a lot, since I'm always touching my face and scrubbing it, I do break out more when I wear makeup. Then I have these NYX Total Control drops, and this is in the shade Caramel number 15. I love this to customize my foundations that I already have, and it is also, the coverage is so good. You think that since it's a watery consistency, it's not going to be that great of coverage, but it is. The coverage is amazing. I was super pleased with the coverage. I have the Fit Me foundation. I have 4 of them for some strange reason. I have 3 of the 322s, and then I have one 330, which is a little bit darker. This for a while was my favorite foundation, so I kind of OD'd on it, and then I think one of them was from my sister because she brought the wrong shade. But yeah, this foundation is a staple. It is so good. Next from L'Oreal, I have the L'Oreal Infallible one in Soft Sable, which is my actual shade, and one in Caramel Beige, which is a little bit lighter. And I could either mix the two of these, and I would normally use this one in Soft Sable, I think that's how you say that, and use this for my highlighted area as a cream highlight. Next I have the Maybelline Dream Cream, the Pure Beauty Balm Skin Perfectors. I have it in medium deep. I have the one that has salicylic acid in it, and then just the pomegranate extract one. I love these because they're so lightweight for summer, and you don't really have to cake your face up. It's just a sheer kind of protector that kind of evens out your skin tone. This foundation I've had for a very long time. I'm pretty sure it's past the 24-month mark. It says it's good after opening for 24 months. I've had this for a long time. This is one of the first foundations that I actually bought, and it is from Shea Moisture. I haven't used this in so long, so I really don't remember how it wears, but I do like the packaging. And it just says sheer foundation, which I think is a misconception because it is full coverage. But it says this is lightweight, long formula, softens the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles while providing medium to full coverage. It says a medium to full, but then it says sheer, so that's kind of misleading. And a natural dewy finish. So, I would probably have to try this out again, but I don't, because I really don't remember how this is. I have the Black Opal Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation in the same shade as the stick one in Heavenly Honey. So this one looks like this. It is a lot lighter than me, and it is yellow. So I think that's why I don't use this one that much, because it is way too light. It's pretty good coverage. It's a little bit streaky because of the way I applied it to my hand, but that is not my shade. Next I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 in the shade Amber, and this one is closer to my shade, and it is a little bit thicker than the Black Opal Liquid Foundation. It looks like this. As you can see, it is a lot closer to my skin tone, and the coverage is really good. The reason that I keep a lot of the foundation that isn't my shade is because a lot of people ask me to do their makeup, and I never know when I could possibly use that on somebody else, so I keep it. So I have 4 more foundations to talk about. This one is the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Caramel. This is my all-time favorite foundation, and I love it because it has such a natural finish. It just literally looks like skin when you put it on, and it's just so lightweight. This is how it looks on my hand, and then and the coverage is so good. And this is what it looks like. It is amazing. Like, definitely my top pick. If I could only pick to use one foundation for like ever, it would be this one. The next one I have is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation in the shade 62 Medium. I think this is the old formula. This one is a lot thicker than the Too Faced, and it also is not my shade. As you can see, it is way too yellow for me. Next, I'm going to talk about Estee Lauder Double Wear. This foundation in the shade 5W1. This foundation is amazing. It doesn't crease up as much as other foundations. Let's see. I haven't worn this in a while, but it is really good in your smile lines. It doesn't crease up as much. This is a very warm shade, and I feel like my skin is more on the neutral side. It looks light on my hand, but I feel like on my face it could work. I also have the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Caramel. Let me see. And this foundation is actually really, really nice. This is what it looks like. It's definitely a full to medium coverage. It just has a weird smell. It does have a weird smell. It's not strong. It's just kind of strange. It kind of smells like, I don't know, I can't explain it, like crayon maybe? Like, it just has a weird smell, but it's not overpowering, but it is strange. I keep all of my concealers in this little acrylic case from Amazon that was a Christmas gift. In here I keep these LA Color concealers in the top, along with some contour sticks. I use this Maybelline brow pencil in the shade, I want to say soft brown, and it's such a nice gray shadow color, as you can see, which is perfect for contouring. I love to use this for my nose contour. And then so I have the NYX Wonder Stick and also the Black Radiance Stick Concealer. And I use this for contouring as well. It's so nice. So I also have more of my LA Girl Pro Conceal in here. I have a lot of them because there was a sale at a hair store. They were like discontinuing these. Like they weren't selling these at that store anymore. So they were on sale for like $1. And I brought like 10 of them. So I have this one, the orange corrector, and then I have a bunch of different shades. And they are amazing. And they also are really good to wear as foundation. So in the next drawer, I keep all of my concealers. And then in the bottom drawer, I keep my lip pencils. I have 2 of the NYX concealers. The orange corrector one. And then just the regular full coverage one. I tend to buy concealers that are way too light for me. Like, I'm bad at picking my concealer shade, and I'm trying to get better about it now that I'm fully aware. But this one is not necessarily my favorite because it creases pretty bad. So this is what it looks like. It's not bad. The formula is not terrible, but I do find that if I put too much underneath my eye, it does crease kind of bad. So I haven't really used that one in a while. What I'm going to talk about in this second drawer is this BH Pro Total Coverage Concealer. I love the formula. The only thing is, unfortunately, I did buy the wrong shade, and that's the worst thing about buying things online. You can't really see what the shade's gonna look like. So I probably will order a couple more different shades just because I do love the formula so much. But this is what it looks like. Way too light, and this is how it blends out very, very nicely. And that's how it looks. The formula is very nice. So then I have 2 of these Maybelline Better Skins concealers, both in the shade medium. I don't know why I have 2. Like, I just have too much makeup, to be honest. But I really, really like these. These are very, very comparable to the Born This Way line. I feel like, I haven't tried the Born This Way concealer, but I feel like it would be really, really similar to this one because it's just so, like, the finish is just so natural. Then I have the Black Opal Spot and Scar Total Coverage Concealer, which I did use this in my previous video, my drugstore video. This concealer is really, really good. One thing that I do find is that it does crease a little bit under the eyes, so I would be very, very light-handed with it. You don't need a lot. It is very thick, and it does remind me of a higher end concealer. So it's a really tacky concealer. So then I have the e.l.f. I think this is the HD concealer in the shade medium. I will say that e.l.f. does not give you a lot of shade options. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty good. Then I have the infamous Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This concealer, honestly, a little goes a long way. Next I have this Shea Moisture Concealer. This is also like one of the first concealers that I ever bought. The Shea Moisture makeup line was like the first makeup that I ever tried. And the reason why is because Isma Rere did a video on like how she did her base makeup, and she used all Shea Moisture products, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need those. So I went and bought the exact same products, even the brushes. I brought the same brushes. And it's these dual-ended brushes. The quality is amazing, and honestly, I do feel like this is like the perfect starter kit. You get every single brush that you need. But let me go ahead and swatch this. This thing is so old. I don't even know if it's still any good. But let me see. Oh my god, it's so white. This is definitely not my shade. I don't know what I was thinking. This is what it looks like. Oh, my camera just overheated, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that concealer. Definitely not my fave. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about this Hard Candy Concealer from Walmart. Not a big fan of this one. First of all, of course it's the wrong shade because all of my concealers are like the wrong shade. This right here does not work for me. I've seen a lot of people use it and a lot of people talk about it. For one, it's, okay, this is, I put a lot on my hand, but it's super, super duper runny, which I don't like. And for two, it creases so bad for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Okay, so next I have the Instant Age Rewind, which these are kind of old, from Maybelline in Medium and Neutralizer. Next is the Tarte Full Coverage Creaseless Concealer. Okay, so it is on the thicker side of the spectrum. This is what it looks like. It is so creamy. And a little goes a long way, as you can see. Then I have the Rimmel London Match Perfection 2-in-1 Concealer and Highlighter. Okay, so this feels really good. This is what it looks like. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the color Lights. I need to go concealer shopping. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this one is good. The coverage is really good. I haven't used these in forever, so I don't really remember. This one, I might have to go and get one of these in my correct shade. I like the consistency and the coverage. Ooh. This is nice. Wow. So far, I really, really like that one. Alright, next I have this IT Cosmetics concealer in the Bye Bye concealer in the shade Tan. You got, ooh, very, very creamy. Very creamy. Like this almost feels like a foundation. It is a tacky concealer. So I have all these concealers that are way too light for me. So I think I'm going to have to go concealer shopping, and I may vlog. If you guys want to see a vlog, please let me know in the comment section below, just so I can get an idea of like what I can film. I'm going to quickly go through my powders. I have the Ben Nye Luxury Powder, which is one of my staples. And then I have the Revolution Luxury Powder. Now, I think these are supposed to be a dupe, and I was going to do a dupe video where I compare these two and see how similar they are and if they wear the same and which one's better. So this one was like $16 and this one was like $8. So I also have the High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder from e.l.f. I do love this setting powder, but the only thing is it's so tiny. I mean, how I'm supposed to work with this little bitty thing container, but I really do like the formula. Then I have this Revolution Photo Ready powder. This powder really makes your under eyes look so flawless. I'm going to take this NYX foundation brush, which I actually like it for setting powder because of the shape. It just goes perfectly under your eyes. So it just gives you a very brightening under eye, and it also blurs. It kind of like blurs out your skin and makes you look snatched, honey. I have the Infallible powders, which I love. Next, my favorite. This is my baby right here. This is the Airspun Coty powder. You guys know I use this in every single video. I even mix the banana powder in with it, but it smells like baby powder. Some people don't like the smell. I personally love it. And you get so much product. Like, I've had this forever and I've been using it forever and it's still like full, and I'm like, how the heck is it still full? Okay, so I think that's everything that I have that is a concealer, foundation, or a powder. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I will show y'all the setup of how I have it set up. I'll just show you. It's in this little acrylic container, and I'll show you a little clip of it and where I keep my other stuff on display. But up and coming, I have a brush video that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you all my brushes, and then I'm going to show you all of my lipsticks, and that will be the end of my makeup collection. So 2 more videos after this and my makeup collection will be done. So once my makeup collection videos are done, I'm gonna do a room tour. So I can show you guys how my room's set up, where I got all my decor, and some storage ideas for you. Just for you. If there's any videos that you're interested in seeing with any of the products that I showed you, please let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to keep the videos coming regularly. If you watched my previous video with all my palettes and stuff in it, you'll know that I have this Revolution concealer palette, and I pretty much went in on this shade right here. But let me just show you guys what I do is I just mix. You can mix and match. I'll just go with this one. You can just mix and match and make your perfect skin tone. And then look, like I just randomly just made my exact skin color, y'all. Like what? And the good thing about this palette is that the concealer does not crease. Like I'm super shocked because this is a very affordable palette. But when I noticed that when I put this under my eyes, I get very minimal creasing. I can make it lighter, highlight with. You can make it as light as you want. Out of all of my concealers, if I could only live with one, I would pick this palette right here, and I would pick this foundation. Of course, I would pick this powder. These would be my 3. If I could only take one of each type of product, these would be the 3 that I picked right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.